please hit that subscribe button.
Hey everybody.
Better suited to win the Stanley Cup this season. If you are new to the channel, Washington Capitals, the Boston Bruins.
Locked on and he scored! And we're live. Hey everybody, so it's time for another episode of Enforcer Hall of Fame, where I take some of the greatest enforcers in NHL history and put them into their own Hall of Fame. Now lately, the last few episodes have all been, old-time guys from the 80s and 90s. So I want to get back into a pretty modern enforcer, one of the toughest players from the 2000s and into the 2010s. Very well-known fighter. Long time with the Anaheim Ducks. We are talking about George Parros. So George Parros played 474 career NHL games, scoring 18 goals and 18 assists for 36 points, but he was not there for points. He also had 1,092 career penalty minutes, 159 fights in his career between regular season and postseason. Parros, very, very tough player, spent most of his career with the Anaheim Ducks, and one of the greatest enforcers of the 2000s / into the 2010s. Most career fights in a season for Parros came in 2010-2011 with the Anaheim Ducks. He had 27 that year, so obviously that is a lot of dropping the gloves. His best offensive season also came with Anaheim in 2008-2009, where he had 10 points. So yes, his best offensive season was 10 points. He was not there to score goals. He was not there to put points on the board. He was there for one reason and one reason only, and that was to drop the gloves. 6 times in his career, he hit the 100 penalty minute mark or more. Never went over the 200 mark, but did have 6 100 penalty minute seasons, all but one of them coming with the Anaheim Ducks. And throughout his career, most of his penalty minutes came from fighting majors. George Parros was not a guy who took a lot of bad penalties. He was not a guy that got kicked out of a lot of games, wasn't a hothead or anything. He knew his role, knew his job. He was there to enforce. He was there to be a fighter, and that's what he did. And for a guy with 159 fights, only a little over 1,000 penalty minutes. A lot of times you see a guy with over 150 fights, he's pushing 2,000 penalty minutes, if not more than that. Parros, barely over 1,000 penalty minutes, and most of them came from fighting majors. So Parros did his job very, very well. I think that's why he was kept in Anaheim for so long, is because he did his job extremely well. And he came into the league with the LA Kings in the 2005-2006 season and played a year for LA. Then he made a quick stop, which I don't have written down. Played for the Colorado Avalanche for 2 games. Don't really remember that. I was still, only like 10 years old at this time. But between LA and Anaheim, he made a 2-game stop in Colorado. But then went to the Anaheim Ducks, and that's really where he found a home from 2006 all the way until 2012. Most known for being an Anaheim Duck enforcer, played most of his career there. Obviously just mostly known for being on the Ducks. Best years of his career certainly came with the Ducks. After finishing up in Anaheim in 2012, he spent the 2012-13 season with the Florida Panthers, 1 year there, and then finished out his career with the Montreal Canadiens in 2013-14, but again, spent a majority of his career with Anaheim and is best known for his time in Anaheim. So George Parros, very good fighter, very good enforcer, did his job, knew his role, and played it very well. Spent a decent number of years in the league, obviously almost 500 career games. Not big offensive production, only 36 career points, but over 1,000 penalty minutes, over 150 career fights. And for a guy in the modern era, in the 2000s and into the 2010s, he was one of the best when it came to dropping the gloves. So George Parros, certainly deserving, now a member of the Enforcer Hall of Fame. Want to thank you all for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, follow on social media. All those links are down in the description. Our Patreon and merchandise store are also down in the description as well. Keep spreading the word about this channel. Let's keep this thing growing. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you guys soon.